Hi, I'm Tamara. I'm a member of Team XX and we're working on the Vitality project. I'm going to introduce you to some of our hardware. This is the Emotive headset. We wear it during our game to control various aspects of the game levels, and I'm going to demonstrate some of the functionality of it to you right now. All of what I'm about to show you here is from the back end of Vitality. That is, you won't see this nice blue screen in our actual game, and these buttons will look much different, but just for the purposes of our testing and for our own functionality's sake, we made it just very basic so that we could test it. Okay. The emotive functionality that we've built into Vitality is as follows. You can either initially make a new game or load an existing game. So here I'll make a new game, and I'll call it Tamara Video. And then when you click play, it immediately takes you to a screen that shows you the sensor status of all of the 16 sensors on the Emotive headset. So the sensors can be one of 5 states. They can either be in a black state, red, orange, yellow, or green. These indicate the strength of the Emotive sensor's connection to your head, basically. So if you have a black or red state, that means it's not reading the data that it needs to read from your head, and if it's in a green state, as all of these are, it's getting all the data it needs with a really clear connection. So if you keep going, the next step in our game is for you to train a neutral state. The neutral state is required because the emotive system needs some kind of baseline state to measure all your other brain waves and brain thought patterns against while you're playing the game. So neutral is really important because it allows the headset to basically just get a glimpse into your everyday mind, what your mind is normally thinking of, instead of when it's trying to think of something specific, such as push. So we train a neutral state. The neutral state trains for a total of 8 seconds. And then when it's done, it asks you to accept or reject the training. If you were distracted or if you thought the training was not good in some way, then you can reject it, but we will accept this one. And it lets you know that the training is completed, and the next step from this in the actual game would be to progress and retrain neutral at least 6 times before you can progress onto the levels.
When you begin Vitality, the first room that you come to is the mirror room. This room will be a mask for all of the back-end stuff that you just saw. So the pillar of light in the center of the screen will be a place that players can go to train their neutral states. Each of the mirrors is a portal to a specific level. We have 5 levels right now.
This is the first level that the player will have to complete upon completing their neutral training. This is the water level, and when the player enters the water level, this is where they appear. They appear in a big cavern with tall walls and nowhere to go except forward. Unfortunately, there's a pillar blocking their path. This is part of the ruins of an old city that used to be underwater, and in order to get past these pillars, the player has to think push. They would have trained push in a training room shortly before this level. So once you think push, the pillar moves out of the way, and the player can pass. And as you keep going, you'll encounter more of these pillars. And again, the player thinks push, the pillar gets pushed out of the way. Now here we have a mermaid who is just swimming, and the player can interact with the mermaids by winking at them using the expressive suite provided in the emotive. So if you wink at the mermaid waves at you and swims away, and she also gives you bonus health. Once you progress through the water level a bit more, you eventually come to this archway on which there are markings on the wall telling of a giant monster that is swimming around and is a threat to you. So naturally you keep going. And you emerge in this big room that has geysers in it, and your job is to push all the pillars over the geysers so that the geysers' height increases. As you push one pillar over a geyser, the height of the other geysers increase. And the point of this is eventually you need to trap the Leviathan, which is the big sea monster swimming around, underneath this cave. There are geysers underneath the cave there, and as they grow higher and higher, they'll push the Leviathan up into the stalactites there. And you have to time pushing the last pillar over the last geyser properly so that the Leviathan is in this area when you push the last pillar over the geyser, so that he gets pushed up into the stalactites in the roof there and you've beaten him. The point of beating him is to get this. This is a piece of your soul which you must recover and take back with you so that you get a memory of what happened to you in your accident. So I'll just demonstrate. Here we have a pillar and a geyser. And you can push the pillar using push over the geyser. It stops and the other geysers get higher. This includes the set of geysers that are in the back there.